Oftentimes I've wondered, how is it possible that humans are capable of the mobility and range of motion we consistently use? In addition, how does this relate to biological anthropology? Osteology is the study of bones as well as the study of the structure and function of the skeletal system. This leaves the question, what are bones and how do they work? Your bones are considered a complex organism within themselves by containing different cells, proteins, and minerals such as calcium phosphate, calcium carbonate, or red and yellow bone marrow. In addition, your bones are constantly breaking down and regenerating themselves. For anthropologists and osteologists alike, it is important to classify your skeletal structure and define it by either an exoskeleton or an endoskeleton. An exoskeleton is where the skeletal system is formed on the outside of an animal's body, often made up of different proteins, rather than cartilage or bone, where an endoskeleton is formed on the inside of the animal's body and consists mostly of different bone, joints, cartilage, and ligaments. All bones are made of three major parts: compact bone, which is the dense, smooth outer layer; spongy bone, which is the soft inner layer; and marrow, which produces white and red blood cells. Within the endoskeleton, all bones can further be classified into either the axial skeleton or the appendicular skeleton. Your axial skeleton consists of your vertebrae, your ribs, and your skull making up your central axis, where your appendicular skeleton consists of your limbs such as your femur, your tibia, and your fibula. Your appendicular skeleton will have more mobility than your axial skeleton. While your body is comprised of a total of 206 bones, there are four main types of bones: long bones, short bones, flat bones, and irregular bones. Long bones are the stereotypical image you would get of a dog chewing a bone. Because bones are technically considered organs, they are comprised of many different parts that are constantly moving and working, such as the distal and proximal epiphyses, where bone marrow and articular cartilage is stored. In addition, in the diaphysis of the bone, there is yellow bone marrow, a medullary cavity, and compact bone protecting the entire surface. Short bones are considered to be bones that are approximately equal in all lengths and dimensions. For example, the heel bone or the fingers. These are meant to aid in mobility with little to no movement. Short bones are considered to be bones that are approximately equal in all lengths and dimensions. For example, the heel bone or the fingers. These are meant to aid in mobility with little to no movement. Irregular bones are like your outliers. They're the odd-shaped bones, such as your vertebrae, like your cervical, lumbar, and thoracic. They're the bones that have little to no mobility, except for, in some cases, such as cervical dilation in childbirth. Now that we know all the different types of bones, what are bones made of? Bone is mostly made up of collagen and calcium phosphate. This combination allows strength yet flexibility. In addition, bones contain several different types of cells. Every bone contains a mass amount of cells that are constantly working, breaking down, and regenerating the bone structure as well as the bone tissue. These cells are called the osteoblasts and the osteoclasts. Osteoblasts are known as a cell that secretes the matrix for bone formation. In addition, they are located on the surface of the bone and make a protein mixture known as osteoid. Osteoid eventually mineralizes to become bone. Osteoclasts are known as a large multinucleate bone cell which absorbs bone tissue during growth and healing. This process is called regenerating, and over time your body will regenerate its bones and tissue at least 7 to 10 times. Osteocytes are bone cells formed when an osteoblast becomes embedded in the matrix it has secreted. This means that when mature osteoblasts form enough bone, they can actually trap themselves within that matrix that they have made. They still continue to be productive, however, they are not as productive as when they were osteoblasts. In addition to bones, joints play a key role in the skeletal anatomy of endoskeleton animals and humans. There are three types of structural classification for joints: fibrous joints, synovial joints, and cartilage joints. Plantar joints, hinge joints, condyloid joints, saddle joints, and ball and socket joints are all a part of the synovial joint group. There are many different joints named in different groups, however, they all fall under the main three categories. Joints are crucial in our everyday life and are key factors in how we function in every task. Our skeletal anatomy would not be the same, and would have no mobility or would not be comprised of any of the bones without joints and connecting sockets.